Huh? Huh?
How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all excited for Easter weekend. Beer of the day, little MGD, if you will. So we're using the old school camcorder today. I got a few things I wanted to rant about. Crack this open, have a sip. Dads and Lads Gaming. He's got a new 2023 Games Room Tour video. It's about an hour long there, Marcus. That's pretty long. Anyone who's interested in Games Room Tours, I know he's got one of the more impressive games rooms as far as I'm concerned. If you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description below to check that out. Make sure you head over and drop the video a like and subscribe to Marcus if you haven't already. Really good channel. So a couple of things I wanted to rant about in no particular order. The first thing I wanted to rant about was Sega. And this has been talked about, but I haven't talked about it too much on the channel. But obviously it was announced, a week or two ago? Sonic Origins is being re-released as a physical package, and you can now play as Amy. And before it was just a digital release, and there was a lot of bugs. As you can recall, it was Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3 and Knuckles. And they even threw Sonic CD in there. And the whole digital package that was released, it was put under a lot of scrutiny before it was released because of the weird price points involved. And then the project, it was spearheaded by Christian Whitehead, who was also a part of Sonic Mania, that was released a couple of years ago to critical acclaim. So we get Sonic Origins that was released several months ago. And Christian Whitehead and co. completely shit the bed. The ports were absolutely an embarrassment to those who were familiar with the original carts on Sega Genesis and the Sega CD. So now here we go again. Sega is re-releasing Sonic Origins Plus, just like they did with Sonic Mania, a Plus edition with added content. And I don't know if they're going to work out all the bugs and kinks that were present in the original version of Sonic Origins. But all that to say, you got Sonic Origins, and then you got Sonic Frontier, and you got the Sonic movies. It's like Sega has put all their eggs in one basket, and I get it. Sonic the Hedgehog is their cash cow. That's what makes the shareholders happy. We're not sitting there in the boardroom, but I can guarantee you guys in the boardroom, they're showing like their aggressive goals for 2023, right? And they've got Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, their revenue expectations. And I guarantee it all revolves around Sonic the Hedgehog. What can we do to prostitute this IP and whore it out there to the masses and exploit the customers out there? And it's a shame. It's a shame for a number of reasons. Number one, a lot of us are completely burned out on Sonic the Hedgehog. And number two, there's a lot of great IPs out there, a lot of great older Sega games that are being neglected. A lot of those older arcade games. What I would give to have another Virtual Fighter game, a Sega Rally, an Outrun, a Daytona USA, etc., etc., etc. But no, Sega wants to just keep prostituting Sonic the Hedgehog. They need to give it a rest. They need to give Sonic the Hedgehog a fucking rest, okay? Fuck off with Sonic the Hedgehog. Fuck right off. Okay? Give us a port of Scud Racer, okay? Give us a new Outrun game. Give us a new virtual racing game, okay? Can't you appease us old school gamers? Do you have to continue to shovel this shit in our face, Sega? Fuck off. Oh my god. The next rant I want to get to here. Now, I have talked about this on the channel before, but I want to talk to you guys again about it, because I came across a video on YouTube showing allegedly new footage or unearthed footage from what was to be Doom 4, which ended up getting scrapped altogether, and a lot of the assets were reused to give us what we now call as Doom 2016. Now, I have Doom 2016 and I have Doom Eternal. I finished this one. I got really far in this one and I got stuck. As a lot of you guys know, Doom 3, which I have here, the Steelbook edition for the OG Xbox, it is my most favorite game of all time. It's right up there with Out of This World. Fantastic game. A lot of people criticized Doom 3 because it took on more of a survival horror approach, a slow burn, if you will, slowly going through the corridors on Mars and the UAC research facility, listening to all those audio logs, reading the journals as you progressed through the levels. A lot of people, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, per se. So id Software, they kind of went back to the well when they came up with these games. They tried to harken back to the original Doom games, but in my opinion, the original Doom has more in common with Doom 3 than these games, okay? When I play these games, I can't stand the gameplay that was adopted for these games. I feel like these were created with the mindset of multiplayer experience, and single player was an afterthought. Because when you play these games, you're going through the levels, and then boom, you're in this battle arena. The enemies come at you in swarms. The music kicks in. You clear out this battle arena, and then you get a checkpoint, and then you move on to the next battle arena, and then you move on to the next battle arena. I don't like that gameplay. I don't like that. I don't like Fortnite mixed with Doom, okay? I don't like that id Software, okay? Fuck off! Give us another Doom 3. I'm telling you right now. Give us a sequel to Doom 3. Fuck off with this battle arena bullshit. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, graphically speaking, they looked good, but I did not like the artistic direction that they took. The enemies weren't scary at all, okay? They looked like something that was created by Pixar, okay? I was not scared at all. I didn't know whether to cry or to laugh because I was so depressed with the art direction that they took. It was almost like, when you see the original Ghostbusters and Slimer jumps out, he's like, ah! That's what the enemies look like. They glowed with this bright, vibrant color. Whereas with Doom 3, it was moody, depressing, very dark in tone. I would just like to see them return to Doom 3. Give us a proper Doom 4. Don't give us these stupid titles like Eternal or self-titled Doom or 2016 as it's now referred to as. Ugh. Just give us a Doom 4. Okay, put Doom Guy back on Mars. Okay, put us in the UAC research facility again. Okay, the story doesn't have to make a lot of sense. Just make it more of a slow burn survival horror, going through these corridors with some backtracking and some proper jump scares and interactive environments. Whereas you can, in this game you could shoot a light and the light will jingle and jangle and you'll hear noises and you'll see sparks. Whereas in the more modern Dooms, the environments were not really interactive. Unfortunately, it's really frustrating. So. Yeah, that's my rant. I know id Software is probably working on a new Doom, but I think a lot of people are burned out on the franchise as it stands right now. I think even John Linneman from Digital Foundry admitted it not too long ago. He said it on record. He'd like to see them go back to a style like this. So would I. I would kill to have a linear experience where there's no hordes coming at you. Not necessarily any boss battles per se. Even if they want to go back even further and make it more like the original Quake. That would be so awesome. But I'm telling you right now, if they go back to this battle arena bullshit, count me out. I'm not going to sign up for that. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Already at the 10-minute mark. So the last thing we'll talk about, again, something we've talked about before on the channel, but I think it needs to be said again. I'm okay with remastered games. At first, I wasn't really a big fan of it. As we got into the generation of the PS4 and the Xbox One, we started to see more and more and more and more and more of that. The video game industry has now become like the movie industry, okay? The movie industry has ran out of ideas, so they're rehashing it and they're reusing old IPs and they're remaking movies, and 99.9% of the time, they're never as good as the original. It's always the case. You know, Blade Runner 2049 wasn't a remake. It was dubbed as a sequel, but like, you know, you watch that and you watch the original Blade Runner and it's like, oh my fucking God. It didn't need to be done. And the same goes with Total Recall. Okay, they remade that with Colin Farrell and it was fucking trash. Okay, and then they did the other one there with the surfers, Point Break. They didn't need to do that. Okay, Patrick Swayze's rolling in his fucking grave, seeing shit like that. And then they remade The Lion King and The Jungle Book and all the rest of it. It's like, stop it with the remakes. The same goes for the video game industry. So, you know, like recently, there's been a new Dead Space that was released. Now, I have the original Dead Space right here. Now, I never finished it. It's really good. I never finished it. I got really far into it and I walked away from it. Well, why on earth would I go out and buy the new one full retail when I haven't even finished the original? And more to the point, even if I had finished this, I feel like I would have been content with it and left it at that. I wouldn't have wanted to go and buy a new version of it and replay through it all over again. No fucking way. And the funny thing about it is, as good as this game is, talk to anyone who's played it, it's universally known that Dead Space 2 is the better of the two games. This is the one they got right. So it's like, I got Dead Space, I haven't finished it. I haven't even touched Dead Space 2. Why the fuck am I going to go out and buy Dead Space on the Xbox Series X? No fucking way. No fucking way. No way. Guys are fucking crazy. No way. And the same goes with this. Got all the way to the end. Didn't beat it. Even if I had beaten it. Why the fuck am I going to go out and pay $89.99 Canadian to play this game again? No fucking way. Are you kidding me? I'd be just as soon as to go out and buy the HD remastered version, which came out for the modern consoles of this version, versus paying full retail for, let's be honest here, a similar experience. I'm just really sick of the remakes. You know, we're getting, not Alan Wake, but we're getting Max Payne remakes. Again, like, why are you doing this? Why? Because you need money? Really? Really, Remedy? How are you going to remake Max Payne? Okay? Are you going to do it like Capcom did with RE4? You know, you're going to give us a 3D rendered environment, new voiceovers, new cutscenes, okay? Silky smooth, buttery smooth controls so Alan Wake can run around like Mario was in Mario 64. No. The original Max Paynes have a charm. The original Max Payne games, have a charm to them the way that they are right now, okay? And you can play them on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X backwards compatible at 1080p, 60 FPS. Why the fuck am I going to go out and buy Max Payne again and play through that game again when I know you're just going to shit all over it? You're going to shit all over it. You're going to get rid of those cool comic strip, neo-noir comic strip cutscenes, and you're going to jazz it up, spice it up with all this new technology that's available, 3D rendered cutscenes, all the rest of it. It's like, holy fuck. I love Max Payne. I guess we'll have to see how that goes. But man, I am really burned out on these remakes, especially when I own these games and as they were in their original format. I have no incentive to go out and buy these games again. No fucking way. I guess it appeals to the youngins out there that are like 16, 17, 18 years old that didn't get a chance to experience these games back when they came out. So they don't even know what they're missing, right? So it doesn't make sense for them to go out and hunt these games down when they can just, it's like a McDonald's Happy Meal, right? They can just get their fix on. Mommy, mommy, yes, Eric, yes, Eric, can I have that game in the glass case, mommy? Yes, Eric. But yeah, no, I'm all for, like I said, the remastered version of a lot of these games. And as a matter of fact, I'm going through my Xbox 360 catalog now, and to a lesser extent PS3, and I'm sort of looking at what I can replace and upgrade that is remastered. But for as far as the remakes are concerned, fuck that. And the thing is too, is a lot of you guys out there don't understand this. A lot of you do, but a lot of you don't. You know, you take a game like Dead Space or Resident Evil 4, okay? When this game was created, this was based on the original artistic direction of the developers and the artists that had, you know, a vision when they created this game and, you know, the original Dead Space as well. So when you see the remakes and you see channels like Digital Foundry or IGN or Dreamcast Guy, and they're like, well, they changed the intro and you can walk like 1.5 kilometers further now, and the house on the left is huge, and you can walk in and you can explore it now. And, you know, when you start off the game, it's pitch dark, and then the sun starts to come up, and, oh, it's so much better. It's like, no. That you're changing the original artistic direction of the original game, and as far as I'm concerned, that's messing with perfection. You are fucking around with games that did not need to be fucked around with, okay? And the same goes with, like I said, the same goes with Max Payne, and the same goes for any other game that these developers decide to remake. It just drives me absolutely nuts. It's like, could you imagine if Rockstar, and I guess they technically already have tried to do this with the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, but imagine they hoard out the original Red Dead Redemption to another studio out there and said, hey, go hog wild, we want to remake this game. What? You can't remake Red Dead Redemption. You can't. You want to go ahead and remaster it, that's fine. But if you're going to remake that game, fuck off. That's where I draw the line. When you start fucking around with shit like that. And another example would be the Silent Hill 2 remake. We don't need that. Oh my god, that looks terrible. That looks terrible. So you're going to ignore the original Silent Hill game, which is already a slap in the face to the fans of the franchise. You're just going to jump right into Silent Hill 2. And again, you're going to get rid of the fixed camera positions. You're going to get rid of the tank controls. You're going to scrap those original glorious cutscenes. And you're going to replace them with some guy that looks like David Lynch. Okay? Oh, God. That game is dead on arrival. I guarantee you, when the new Silent Hill 2 remake comes out, that is going to get fucking roasted. And it's going to get review bombed. And people are going to shit all over that. Fucking right. And it deserves to get shit on. It deserves to get shit on. Okay? If you're going to do that, at least bake on the disc the original Silent Hill 2, the PS2 version, so we can have a choice of which version we want to play. Okay? Don't shove this fucking shit in our face and tell us to, you know, forget that the other version even existed. Are you fucking kidding me? Right? And Konami can't even develop that remake themselves. They have to outsource it to fucking Bloober. Give me a fucking break. So that's it. I just wanted to rant about that. I'm just getting really sick and tired of all these remakes. I'm fine. I'm okay with the remastered projects. But as far as remakes are concerned, I am completely burned out on it. I am so burned out on it. I can't stand it. I think Resident Evil 4 remake looks like trash. And yeah, I'm sure Dead Space 3 will be remade, even though that's a shitty game to begin with. I'm sure Dead Space 2 is probably already in development, so it goes on and on and on and on and on. So anyways, that's it. I'll cut it off at the 20-minute mark. I hope you guys have a good Easter. Let me know your thoughts about remakes. Let me know your thoughts about Doom as a franchise. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.